What's up, guys? Mickle here, and this market has been desperate for a catalyst or some injection of liquidity to finally get things moving in the right direction. It seems like for over a year now, we have been going absolutely nowhere, but in this video, I want to break down something that could be happening later today that could have a massive impact on the market. In this video, we're going to talk about that, as well as something that is absolutely fascinating. Vitalik Buterin actually said in 2019 that XRP was better money than Bitcoin. In this video, I want to break down that, as well as do a quick segment on the AMM. We have seen so many people talking about the automated market maker coming to the XRP ledger. I want to talk about why it hasn't been voted in yet and why there's actually some skepticism around the amendment. Make sure to stick around for that. You are not going to want to miss it. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's really going to help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP or the Flare token, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So I want to start this video off and do a quick segment on the AMM because in my opinion, this is going to be a game changer for the XRP ledger going forward. It's going to add a ton of functionality for what the XRP ledger is really fully intended for, and that is payments and moving liquidity. The automated market maker is going to allow trades between different currency pairs a lot more seamless, and something that I think is absolutely fundamental to the XRP ledger. I wanted to play you this quick clip of Ripple's head of research actually talking about why Ripple's AMM is actually so unique, and then break down why we haven't seen it voted in yet, and why there's actually a lot of skepticism around the amendment. Now, if you haven't been on Twitter watching this, you probably aren't aware there's kind of a massive war going on in the community about this amendment. I want to break down for you exactly what both sides of the arguments are to give you a better idea of why this amendment is going to be so critical to the XRP ledger going forward in the future, but why a lot of people are also worried. Listen up to this.
Is the upcoming, in fact, yesterday we released the AMM amendment, the automated market maker based decentralized exchange. And well, you would say there are a lot of AMMs out there, but this one is not just an AMM, it's an innovation. There is an unprecedented auction mechanism feature that we have in this AMM that provides utility to all the ecosystem participants, and it really solves one of the most critical problem in the AMMs today, and that is the problem of impermanent loss. So our auction mechanism reduces the impact of impermanent loss, which is beneficial for all the ecosystem participants, including the liquidity providers, the arbitrageurs, as well as the traders. So I'm really excited about this one.
That's just a brief description of what's going on with the AMM. Ripple really did create a brand new version of an AMM that really could drastically change the potential for the XRP ledger. The main reason an AMM is going to be so important to the XRP ledger is because the XRP ledger is really designed to move value all around the world, and Ripple is a company that's really focused on moving value. But one of Ripple's biggest problems with their current model is actually centralized exchanges. They need to go through centralized exchanges to move value, and those centralized exchanges charge expensive fees for actually utilizing their platform. The future we're going into, though, is going to be drastically different than what we're going through today. Today, we have fiat currency going to XRP, going to fiat currency, but these fiat currencies aren't tokenized. Therefore, to get to the blockchain, you need to go through a centralized exchange. But the future we're headed into is actually a future of tokenization. It's a future where a lot of these different currencies, these fiat currencies, are actually tokenized on blockchains. So if you're actually able to tokenize a currency on a blockchain, then there's no need for the centralized exchange if you have an automated market maker in the middle. What the automated market maker is actually going to do is get rid of the need for centralized exchanges when moving value all around the world. This is going to make Ripple's products drastically cheaper and more efficient, which could really make Ripple a more enticing solution for corridors all over the world that don't necessarily have a need to use Ripple's ODL product right now. As Ripple's ODL product gets more and more efficient, it can work its way into more markets and be more of a game changer, be more of a disruption to the legacy systems. So the automated market maker is going to be really critical into this future we're heading into of creating liquidity and creating currency pairs on these blockchains. Now, with that said, there is a decent amount of pushback against the AMM right now, and that's just that it's a new feature and it could break things. A lot of the validators are worried that the AMM could impose new security risks on the XRP ledger, and a lot of them are very hesitant about implementing it because it's such a big change. Now, I just wanted to make one comment about this because I think it's really important to understand. One, Ripple is probably the smartest player in the XRP ledger ecosystem. They have the best engineers, and they're the one who proposed the amendment, so something tells me they have done a lot of research to make sure they're not going to break the technology that underpins their entire company. But with that said, I think the other thing we really need to take into consideration is blockchains like Solana crash almost every single day. So it's not like if the XRP ledger crashed, it would be some doomsday scenario. And don't get me wrong, I do not want the XRP ledger to crash. I think one of the greatest features about the XRP ledger is its uptime. It's almost never crashed. So we certainly don't want the XRP ledger crashing, but I think some people make it sound like it's some doomsday scenario. The XRP ledger would be done for. And what we have seen is that's just simply not true. Like I said, Solana crashes all the time, and people are still using Solana. People are still adopting Solana, and a lot of people are actually shocked about this. People say, why do people still use Solana if it crashes? Well, it turns out people just don't care that much. So I think if the risk is all about the XRP ledger crashing, which I don't even think that risk is that high, maybe we shouldn't be as worried about it as some people are. Maybe if the XRP ledger crashes, we just restart it and no one cares, just like no one cares when Solana crashes. I just wanted to throw that out there because the AMM really does seem like it's going to be a game-changing innovation, and moving the XRP ledger forward and make it better suited for its full intended use case of moving value all around the world, I think it's absolutely critical that we move forward and adopt new features like this. And if the only risk is that it could make the XRP ledger crash in some tiny fraction of a scenario, well, honestly, I think that's a risk we should be willing to take, considering a blockchain crashing has not seemed to do anything to its long-term potential. I want to move on though and quickly go into a statement that I thought was pretty funny. Over the last couple of years, we have seen Vitalik Buterin extremely hostile towards the XRP ledger, but earlier today, someone actually dug up a fascinating quote where Vitalik Buterin actually said Ripple's XRP is better than Bitcoin in terms of money. I just thought this was really interesting and really just goes to all the FUD points we see all the time. So often we see different high profile people coming out and fudding the XRP ledger, saying it's centralized, it's not important, it doesn't have any utility. But what we learn is behind the scenes, they all fully understand XRP's utility. Here's Vitalik saying it right here. He thinks XRP is better than Bitcoin. And why do you think he thinks that? Well, it's the same reasons why we know it's better than Bitcoin. He knows it just as well as we do. He just doesn't want to say it publicly. And the reason for that is because Ripple has so much momentum, XRP has so much potential. He's just scared that if he gets behind it, it's going to give XRP such a leg up against anything else out there. We have seen the same thing with Anthony Pompliano and a lot of the other Bitcoin maxis. We find quotes from them secretly behind the scenes talking about the value proposition of Ripple and XRP. We find out they're all invested in Ripple. They just don't want to come out and say it publicly because they know at the end of the day, Bitcoin is no match for XRP. I just wanted to put it out there and remember this. Next time you see one of these high profile people fudding XRP, just understand if you dig through their history, you'll probably find out that somewhere along the road, they were actually praising XRP and fully understood how powerful it's going to be. They just ultimately changed their opinion because they have their own financial incentives to go against the XRP ledger. I want to finish this video off with something actually very exciting, and that's that we are almost at the end of the day today, and the SEC has not appealed the Bitcoin spot ETF. Now, this very well could still happen. They have until midnight to do it, but I'm kind of shocked we haven't seen it yet. Now, if the SEC does not appeal this thing, I think we could be going into a brand new paradigm for the cryptocurrency market. This would be a massive step forward in actually getting a Bitcoin spot ETF approved, but more importantly, would greenlight investor capital to flow back into this market. Right now, we have seen a massive attack by the regulators against the cryptocurrency industry, specifically the SEC. But if they were actually to start greenlighting products, that would be a massive step forward in showing these institutions that the regulatory environment isn't as hostile as they may have previously perceived. These big institutions like to get all the gains. They want to be the first ones into the market, so they're not going to wait until they're in the middle of a bull market to start investing. They want to be the people to kickstart the bull market. They want to be in there early. And I have a feeling that the appearance that the SEC is actually now greenlighting cryptocurrency related products could be a massive catalyst for these institutions to say, hey, the worst is likely behind us. It's time to start getting back into this industry in a big way. So we still have to wait till midnight to see if the SEC does appeal this decision or not. I think it's definitely a good sign it hasn't happened yet. But the one thing I did want to show you is a lot of analysts are now saying that we have a very high chance of seeing an approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF by at least January 10th. They're predicting that we have a 90% chance of actually seeing one by January 10th, which is a massive, massive step forward. So hopefully we get through the end of the day today without seeing the SEC appeal this thing. And if that doesn't happen, we might actually see the odds of this go up even higher or have the possibility of the ETF happening even sooner. I have said multiple times, I think this is the catalyst that kind of restarts the next bull market, gives us the catalyst, gives us the liquidity, gives us the investment dollars to make this industry take back off. The big money, the institutions is what moves this market. Right now, they're looking at the cryptocurrency industry, seeing the SEC attacking everything, all these different projects going to zero, but they know this industry is here to stay, and eventually they know they're going to have to get back in. I have a feeling for Wall Street, for the institutions, this is going to be that moment of letting them know, hey, the SEC's tax are really running out. Some of these products are real. Some of these products are going to survive. It's time to start getting back in a big way. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.